All right, today's menu will be some clams in a white wine sauce over spaghetti. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you clean your clams, make sure they're nice and clean, and you're going to put them in a bowl of cold water and let them rest until we're ready to start the cooking process. I have some of the larger clams today. Just went to my local market, well, my local Asian market, and picked them up there. Ooh, this one's opening. I don't think it wants to be eaten, you guys, but it will be eaten. All right, once you have your clams washed, they're in a bowl with cold water. We're gonna add some salt and we're gonna let them rest for about 30 minutes. What the salt will do is that it will help them spit out any sand that's inside of the clam, because we don't want that stuff in our food, right? So we're just gonna let them sit there for about 30 minutes. I also have some little neck clams I had frozen. I bought them at my local market already. They were already deshelled. They're halfway cooked, so this actually helps the cooking process, but we want the clam shells so that we can create a yummy clam sauce. Okay, we're gonna start our process here. We're gonna put a pot of water on the stove, and we're gonna add some salt to it. You want to have salty pasta water just so that it makes your food taste so much better. Well, not your food, but your pasta. I'm gonna go ahead and put a lid on the pot just to make the water boil faster. While our pasta water is boiling, I'm going to show you what else we're going to need. We're going to need about a handful of parsley that we will roughly chop. We will also need 7 garlic cloves, which we will smash, and some butter. Running low on butter, but we're not going to use it all. We're probably going to use about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter, and if you have the bars, it tells you on here how much a tablespoon is, or half a cup, a third of a cup, a fourth, a whole stick is a cup of butter. We're also going to need some extra virgin olive oil, your favorite brand, salt and pepper to taste, and some dry wine, or if you have dry cooking wine, that works as well. We're going to start by smashing our garlic. You're just going to take a garlic and your knife, and you're just going to press it. I had the pre-peeled garlic cloves. I bought them at the store because I don't like peeling garlic. So make it easier for yourself. I don't like the sticky garlic fingers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you've never peeled the garlic before. So we're just going to smash these. And we're going to start chopping our parsley. Like I said, it's just a rough chop. We're not going to overdo it because we want that color and the parsley to come through during the cooking process. And that's about it. All right, our pasta water is boiling. That pink stuff you see on there is my salt. I use pink Himalayan salt. I love it. I prefer it. So I'm putting in my spaghetti. Woo. And we're gonna cook this. Cook your spaghetti to the package instructions. So this spaghetti I'm using is gluten-free spaghetti. Find your favorite brand. You can use regular spaghetti, obviously. I just use some gluten-free because that's the only one I can eat. Okay, while that is cooking, we're gonna turn on our pot. A deep pot. You want something deep that you can cover because we're gonna steam the clams, and we're gonna add some olive oil to it, where you're gonna add about 3 to 5 tablespoons of olive. All right, once you have your pot with your olive oil in it already and it's been heating, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our garlic, and we're gonna add something I forgot to mention, red chili flakes. You can buy the prepackaged stuff if you have some chilies at home that you can chop up. You can do that as well. And we're just gonna stir this, and we're gonna just let the garlic pretty much flavor our oil, because we're not gonna leave the garlic inside. We're gonna remove it once it has served this purpose. And make sure that you're frying these pretty much at a medium to medium low heat. I'm sorry. So we're gonna let them do their thing to flavor that oil. All right, while our chilies are going, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and strain these little necks that have already been peeled and they're halfway cooked. I'm just gonna take the water out of them. And then our clams have been sitting here for a while. This one's been spitting at me. I don't think it wants to be eaten, but it's okay. We're just gonna drain it. And this is gonna remove all that stuff that was inside of them. All right, coming back over here, you see our garlic going. See that color it's getting? It's almost there. You can even flip some of it over to get the other side to release more of the flavor. All right, sounds about right now. We're gonna remove the garlic. All right, we have removed the garlic out of our pot. We are going to add our clams in here. All right, once we have our clams in there, we're gonna add about 1.5 to 2 cups of wine. This is what's gonna give the sauce that great flavor. Since we gave it so much wine, we're gonna give it a cup of water. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna cover them. We're gonna leave them covered for about 8 to 10 minutes. You want the clams to steam and open up. If they don't open, don't eat them. That means they're not good. You want them to be wide open. So we're gonna leave them here and let them be. Our spaghetti is almost cooked. It's almost there. Please don't add any oil to your spaghetti when you're cooking it. It doesn't prevent it from sticking. It just makes the starches not release when you're cooking. And sometimes you need those starches from your spaghetti to thicken up your sauce, which is what we're gonna do later. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. I see that 3 out of my 5 clams have opened. So I'm gonna wait a little longer. The cooking process for the clams, it depends on how big your clams are. As you can tell, I got the big clams today. So I got another one open, I got one more to go. So we're gonna wait another 5 minutes and see if that one opens as well. If it doesn't, then we will discard it. Okay, looks like our clam opened. Ooh, not nicely, but it opened. So we're gonna take it out. I removed the other ones that were taken out. Careful, they're kind of slippery. So we're gonna set it aside. And sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. At this time, we're gonna add our butter into the sauce to help it get nice and velvety. We're adding 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna mix it and have it melt in here. And as soon as it is melted, we're actually gonna add 1/2 cup of our pasta water, which I already have set aside. And that's just about 1/2 cup to help thicken up the sauce, because we want this sauce to coat all of the spaghetti when we toss it in there. So we're just gonna, okay, our butter sauce has melted. It is a butter sauce at this point. Just kidding, it is a clam sauce. We're gonna add, I rough chopped the little necks that I had. We're gonna add them to the pot so that they can semi-cook, since they were already halfway cooked when I purchased them. So we're gonna stir it, we're gonna let it boil, and we're gonna taste for salt and adjust here. I haven't added any salt to it, but remember our pasta water had salt. So I'm gonna taste for salt and adjust as needed. We're also gonna add pepper, and the pepper's to taste. So it's up to you how much pepper you wanna add to it. So let's taste this sauce real quick. Okay, it needs a tiny pinch of salt, not too much. It's already salty from the pot. Also adding a pinch of pepper. Remember, like I said, the pepper's to taste, so it's up to you how much pepper you want to add to it. If you don't want to add any pepper because you're allergic or you don't like pepper, you can omit it. Same with the red crushed chili pepper flakes. If you do not like spice, don't include them. It's all up to you and your taste buds. Okay, our sauce is boiling. I have tasted it for salt again, and it's perfect now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our spaghetti. And on top of the spaghetti, we will be adding our parsley that we had chopped. We're gonna add that on top. And I know, I forgot to tell you guys about this as well. We're gonna be adding some grated cheese to the pasta as soon as I can open it. So we're gonna add some grated cheese on top. This will help adjust the salt as well if it needs it. Okay, now that we've added all of this, we're just gonna stir and mix to get it all mixed and incorporated. You should be seeing those little bits of clams in there. Okay, we're gonna add our clams back into this pot. You can arrange them any way you like. And this will help. Obviously, if you have the smaller clams, it'll fit a lot better. So we're just gonna leave it there for about a minute or two, and then we will be ready to serve.